All right. The biggest news of the day, it's totally shaken up the MMA world. Jiri Prochazka versus Khamzat Chimaev is basically announced. Kevin K, the real Kevin K, the most official dude in all of MMA journalism. He definitely has gotten a lot of breaking news right, and he has gotten some breaking news wrong. But he posted this. Per sources, Khamzat Chimaev versus Jiri Prochazka is going to be the UFC 327 main event in April. In Miami. So seeing this, okay, I'm like, oh, this is a little bit credible. But then I check Khamzat Chimaev's Twitter, and 4 hours ago he tweets 205 pounds. And he also tweeted a weird selfie, like I don't know what to take from this, but he tweets out 205 pounds. Now this means a lot of things. Jiri Prochazka, source, trust me, bro, exactly. But this could mean a lot of things if this is true. This lines up with a few of the news that has been dropping and circulating recently, with the Tom Aspinall being stripped rumors that have been going around. Okay, if Kev is wrong, he'll never be trusted again because this shit blew up. Facts. That's a fact. Just like Ruben. Ruben is always never trusted, but when Ruben tweeted out, sources have told me that Tom Aspinall has stripped his belt, Kevin's got a lot right, brother. That's a fact, but he has gotten some things wrong, and I just said that. He's gotten a lot of things right, but he's gotten some things wrong. But I'm leaning that this is true because this plays into a lot of the conspiracy and tiny little news droplets that we've been getting recently, such as Tom Aspinall being stripped of the belt, right? I don't know if Ruben Carter saying Tom Aspinall wanted to box, if that wasn't, he's blind, like I didn't know if that was real, but seeing this is basically confirming that Tom Aspinall is done. He's gone. Because that would mean that Khamzat Chimaev and Jiri Prochazka are fighting at 205 pounds, hence the Khamzat Chimaev tweeting 205. So Alex is going to go up to heavyweight. And also Roundtree is in Khamzat's training camp. I did actually see that. They were running around. I didn't even connect those dots. Holy shit. Caden, you need to listen. You gotta figure this out, Caden. You're a little better at this than I am, alright? But that's a fact. They were running around. Camp has already started. And I'm here to tell you guys right now that Jiri Prochazka is going to thrash Khamzat Chimaev. But before we even get to that breakdown, right, there's a few things that this tells us. Alex moves up to heavyweight. Alex fights Cyril Gane. Now, some people have been saying, even in my chat, that John Jones is probably going to come back. John Jones is not coming back. He's done for, because if they do John Jones versus Alex, John Jones wins, he retires. Alex wins, Alex is more than likely going to retire. They need to build the heavyweight division up. The heavyweight division has been stale for the past 2 years, so they need Cyril Gane in this. Cyril Gane is going to be fighting Alex Pereira. That's a fact. That's a Fendi. And I kind of have Cyril there. But then, at 185 pounds, who's going to fight for the belt? Because Khamzat Chimaev didn't even defend it. Just like Dispo said, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You lay on somebody for 25 minutes, take 0 damage, according to the UFC stats, deal over like 400 strikes, which is not true. You hit him like maybe 35 times, okay? This is disgraceful. 2026 is insane, okay? We get the undeserved Diego Lopez shot, the undeserved Paddy shot, and now the undeserved move up from Khamzat Chimaev. And where is my Alex Pereira Ankalaev rematch? And this means that we get Ankalaev versus Carlos Ulberg, which is probably the most unpopular fight of all time. Nobody likes Carlos Ulberg. Nobody likes Ankalaev, which is just like, what the fuck? Imanov versus Strickland 2 for the vacant title? No, we're getting DDP versus Imanov. DDP versus Imanov. Do not count DDP out. DDP, they're not going to... Listen, they're not going to wait for Sean Strickland to recover from the beating that he's going to hand out to Anthony Hernandez, okay? Even though I do think that Sean Strickland's going to win KO TKO, I think he might need a few days or weeks to recover. You know what I'm saying? True, but I want to see DDP versus Allen. Yeah, there are storylines there, like we were talking about before, and Allen is ranked 5th, is what you said. I'm just gonna triple check. It's not. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I just, I want to triple check. I know that they have beef and they've always spoken on each other for a fucking long ass time, but I want to see DDP continue to be champion. You know what I mean? He's still ranked 1. Brendan Allen's ranked 5. Give me Nasruddin, Brendan Allen. Like I feel like Brendan needs to assert himself more in the division. He just got clip farmed off of Sean Strickland. You know what I mean? Like in my brain, Sean Strickland just clip farmed and made Brendan Allen a victim. Okay? You know what I mean? But Jiri Prochazka is going to absolutely... If Anthony loses, let them fight again for real. I like that. That's a good idea. Iraq, what's your record on main events so far? I don't know my record on main events fully through my whole YouTube career. I can literally just go through and look. But for 2026, we are 2-2. We're 2-2 because we had Justin Gaethje to start off the year. We had Diego Lopez 1-1. We had Vinicius Oliveira, and then we had that's it. We're about to be 2-2. Hey, we're about to be 2-2 because I have Sean Strickland. Does Geoff Neal get it done tomorrow? Absolutely not. Isn't Fluffy up 2-0 against Allen? Yes, because they fought in the regional scene. Yes, because they fought in the regional scene. I'm just going to double check. Brendan Allen beat him up in the LFA. He beat up Brendan Allen in the LFA, and then he beat him up in the UFC, baby. I just thought maybe, hey, they might have fought 3 times, but now they fought twice. You picked Vinicius, bro? Yeah, man, I got caught up in the whole, like, I cut fucking 30, 40 pounds to make weight. I'm a big Brazilian dude. I knock people out. And, I was a little upset that Mario didn't get it done against Umar, considering how bad Umar looked against Figgy. Considering how bad Figgy looked against Corey. I was like... Vinicius is going to sleep Batista. You know what I'm saying? Is it worth putting money on Geoff Neal opponent then? Yeah, I have $25 on a 4-leg parlay with him. I would avoid that fight. That is true. I would avoid that fight. My 3-leg master parlay, boys. Like my 3-leg solid parlay. We did it on stream. I will tell you guys. I was going to post it, but if you were here on stream, you know why I didn't post it? Because we did like a 20-minute side thing of talking about a whole bunch of random bullshit. But my 3-leg parlay that I put a considerable amount of money on is Sean Strickland, McQuell Costa, and Zachary Reese. Alright? But, listen, Jiri Prochazka is going to beat the shit out of Khamzat Chimaev. I don't even want to hear it. Tom Aspinall ain't really champ material. Just the heavyweight class is awful right now, true. But let my boy Walter Walker rise up the rankings. He's going to show you guys what a real heavyweight is. And Jiri Prochazka is not going to get laid and prayed for 25 minutes. Let's not forget what he did to Glover. Let's not forget what he did to Dominic Reyes. Let's not forget that Jiri Prochazka has only seen the judges 1 time in his fucking career, okay? And he ends fights viciously. He's good on the ground. Yes, he's getting a little bit older, but I foresee a vicious beating coming Khamzat's way. You're not going to be able to hold him down. He's going to stand up. You're going to stand up. When did this get released? Today. About 4 hours ago, it's been rumored. It started from Kevin K, if you know who Kevin K is on Twitter. And then Khamzat Chimaev kind of backed it up by tweeting 205. And it's been rumored that this is the main event in April. So this dude tweeted inbred. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's just a quick recap. But Jiri Prochazka, not real. We'll see. I literally just said it's rumored. Prochazka wins this fight. Jiri Prochazka gets this done. Should I still go to UFC 327? I know Van vs. Tatsuro Taira is also on there. Hell yeah. What are we even talking about? Waldo Cortez Acosta, number 2 biggest fan, got banned. Why'd he get banned? No shot. Khamzat weighs much more than 205. That's what I'm saying. He's going to be small body. He's going to get thrashed. Jiri Prochazka is a big dude. He's actually like kind of a natural 205 pounder. If you listen to his interviews, he says he doesn't cut weight. He cuts weight with his mind. So that makes me think Jiri Prochazka is like roughly like 210 pounds, 213 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Crazy Kev is one of the most reliable sources. That's what I'm saying. Let me up? No. How about, no. I feel so bad for all. Thank you for the follow, though. Hell yeah. If Colby versus Bo, yo, that did get, listen, you know what? We're going to talk about that for 1 second. Sean gets subbed. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's going to be Unifraud and Yuri. Went for 5 for 5 main card predictions last year. I'm betting this is real. I'm telling you this is real. This has to be real. Yuri is the best. You're lucky you're not on UFC. I have it open. But I'm excited. Jiri Prochazka is going to win the belt. He couldn't beat Alex. We know he couldn't beat Alex. He thought that Alex was putting spells on him. First Olberg and now it's Chimaev. Yeah, the Olberg news kept floating around, but who the fuck's going to buy that? Olberg main evented in his hometown of Australia, and the UFC had to drop tickets down to $13. Nobody was buying anything. Like, are we joking? Are we kidding? Khamzat's going to destroy him? No, he's not. Khamzat doesn't even weigh, like, he's not even, like, a real 205er. Let's be serious. Jiri Prochazka's an animal. He thrashes people. Ain't no way you're going to pick your... Of course. Khamzat mauls, bro. What are you guys on? May or may not have put 35 down? On what, the 3-leg or the 4-leg? Or on something new? Does it matter? Wrestling is dominant? You must be new here. Khamzat Chimaev is nothing like Jiri Prochazka. Did you not see what he did to DDP? Of course I did. Do you not know who Jiri Prochazka is? Did you not see what Jiri Prochazka did to Glover Teixeira, one of the better jiu-jitsu practitioners? What are we talking about? Prochazka would run through Khamzat? There you go, AB. You know what you're talking about. Kevin literally just says every possible outcome. Not true. A prize pick 4-leg? You gotta get off prize picks, man. Unless unless you sponsor me prize pick, get right on it. I'm glad this is happening. Yuri mauls Khamzat and becomes 2-time champ and middleweight division starts. Exactly. And then Khamzat Chimaev disappears into fucking nothing. And then Khamzat Chimaev just disappears into nothing. Yuri by triangle? I think Yuri by guillotine. I think Yuri by sub is gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? Explain to me how he defends the takedowns. I don't think he defends them. I think he lets it happen and then he just mauls them on the ground. What you use? Underdogs? I use DraftKings. Yuri better win. Yuri's gonna win. I'm not worried. I'm one of Jiri Prochazka's biggest fans. I may or may not have shed man tears when Yuri lost to Alex the second time. Okay? Yuri is going to take this little germ out. You know what I mean? He's going to sneeze on him, cough on him, elbow him. Whatever needs to be done, it's necessary, bruh. Yuri's going to get him He's going to get him gone. Yuri by superior gut, microbiome, and immune system. That's a fact. We just had the same thought. Bro, stop. Yuri's going to get mauled in round 1? Bro, you guys don't even watch the sport. You guys literally don't even watch the sport. Khamzat Chimaev is not a real 205-pounder. What the fuck are we talking about? Yo, Yair and Silva? Yair and Gene Silva are the 326 co-main? Bullshit. Bullshit. Where it at? It's not on Twitter. I'm so scared. I'm always so terrified to... Wait, I didn't mean to take myself out. I'm always so terrified to browse Twitter. Like search Twitter on OBS. Like, while I'm streaming. UFC 320... Yeah, you're lying. Listen. Mega cap. Yeah, I see nothing about this on Twitter. Low buddy lying. Why you capping? Iraq versus Oran 326 co-main event. I will whoop your ass. I would whoop your ass. Okay, I'll roll you up into a ball and literally do spins with you, and then launch you into the fucking crowd. But I would get disqualified because throwing somebody over the octagon is actually illegal if you check the UFC rules. Okay, Dolitzy versus Vettori, 326 co-main. Vettori, please. No, they're probably not going to get anything, sadly. We're probably not going to get nothing. E-Rock, Gene's next opponent is loser of Mozavar versus Theron. And it's going to be Mozavar. And then Mozavar is going to fucking choke out Gene Silva. Yes. What? Oh, nah. This is not confirmed? Should have been Olberg? What? What? Should have been who? Olberg? Should have been Olberg? Are we kidding? Lopez and Volk 3? Oh, God. Why would it be Chimaev? Chimaev's moving up. Chimaev's moving up. Alex Pereira is moving up. Tom is stripped. DDP versus Amaivov for the interim title. These are my thoughts. These are my thoughts, man. These are my thoughts, man. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't deserve to lay heavyweight shot. Oberg robbed Blachowicz. That's a fact. No way, Max Holloway. Shut up. Jiri Prochazka is simply bigger. I can't see Chimaev going over 3.5, 4.5. Exactly. Exactly. After MVP, if Izzy loses to Joe, we will have MVP versus Izzy after MVP embarrasses Sam Patterson. That's if, listen, first of all, release the City Kickboxing files, number one. Release the City Kickboxing files. That's a Fendi fact. Release them. Release them. They're all weird over there. I hope Volk's not involved, all right? Reyes title shot soon? You're sick. You're sick. Johnny Walker is going to flying knee. Oh, we're going to get Johnny Walker. We're going to get Johnny Walker versus Jiri Prochazka. Oh my God. That sounds... Jiri Prochazka versus Johnny Walker sounds... beautiful. Is this confirmed? Not officially. Not officially, but as official as it can get, Kevin K. As official as it can get. Literally. Listen, if Caden is confirming it, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty confirmed. Journalist. That's a real journalist. Think I'm a journalist? That's a real journalist right there. Johnny is winning Reyes. That's a fact. Come on. Come on. Tonight I'ma fight for the sunlight. Tick tock. Oh, Kesha. The Kesha is hitting the headphones right now. Hitting the bloodstream with the Jiri Prochazka fight announcement. DJ, turn my music up. Oh, I'm turning up tonight, boys. Johnny versus Reyes' books. My best underdog pick of the year. I'm going Johnny, man.